Hi, welcome to Let Review. For this review, we will discuss Mathematics under General Education, Part 1. Question 1. The average of 5 students is 85. The average of the first 2 students is 88. What is the average of the other 3 students? A. 81, B. 82, C. 83, D. 84. The answer is C. 83. 85 times 5 is 425. 88 times 2 is 176. So 425 minus 176 is equal to 249. And 249 divided by 3 is 83. Question 2. Solve for x. 2 and 1 half is to x is equal to 10 is to 4. A. 2, B. 1, C. 1 half, or D. 3. The answer is B. 1. This is an example of ratio and proportion, where ratio is a certain relation between two numbers expressed in terms of quotient, and proportion is an equality between two ratios. We have various kinds of proportions: direct proportion, inverse proportion, and continued proportion. Question 3. 12.5% of 30 is what number? A. 3.5, B. 3.75, C. 4.75, or D. 4.5. The answer is B. 0.125 times 30 is 3.75. Question 4. 0.12 is what percent of 24? A. 0.5%, B. 0.05%, C. 0.005%, or D. 5%. The answer is A. 0.12 divided by 24 is equal to 0.005. That is equal to 0.5%. Question 5. Last year, 2,000 students enrolled in Let Review classes. This year, enrollment increased by 8%. How many students enrolled this year? A. 2,160, B. 2,100, C. 2,200, or D. 2,180. The answer is A. 8% of 2,000 is equal to 160. So 2,000 plus 160 is 2,160 students. Question 6. The computer set that originally cost 15,000 pesos is now sold at 12,000 pesos. What percentage decrease in the price of the computer set? A. 5%, B. 15%, C. 10%, or D. 20%. The answer is D. 15,000 minus 12,000 is 3,000 pesos. And 3,000 divided by 15,000 is 0.20 times 100 is 20%. Question 7. A 180-degree angle is divided into 3 in ratio 1:3:5. What is the measure of the biggest angle? A. 80 degrees, B. 60 degrees, C. 120 degrees, or D. 100 degrees. The answer is D. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 9. So 5 over 9 times 180 degrees is equal to 900 degrees divided by 9 is 100 degrees. Question 8. After receiving a 20% discount, Dino paid 180 for an item. What is the regular price of the item? A. 250 pesos, B. 275 pesos, C. 225 pesos, or D. 200 pesos. The answer is C. Let X be a regular price of the item. So 100% minus 20% is equal to 80%. So the 80% of X is equal to 180 pesos. So X is equal to 180 pesos divided by 0.8 is equal to 225 pesos. Question 9. The grocery store allows 25% discount on all items. How much does a buyer pay for an item which is marked 1,200 pesos? A. 900 pesos, B. 1,000 pesos, C. 950 pesos, or D. 850 pesos. The answer is A. 75% of 1,200 pesos is 900 pesos. Question 10. The number of hours spent for review in science, English, and math is in ratio 2:1:5, respectively. How many hours does each student spend for math in a 120-hour review package? A. 75 hours, B. 50 hours, C. 70 hours, D. 60 hours. The answer is A. 2 plus 1 plus 5 is equal to 8. And we are looking for the number of hours spent for math. So we have 5. So 5 divided by 8 times 120 is equal to 75 hours. Question 11. 3 boys have marbles in the ratio 19:5:3. If the boy with the least number has 9 marbles, how many does the boy with the greatest number have? A. 48, B. 81, C. 60, D. 57. The answer is D. So we let X be the total number of marbles, and we have the least number of marbles, that is 9. So we have 3 over 27 times X is equal to 9. 3X is equal to 243. X is equal to 81 marbles. So we have the X, which is 81. So 19 divided by 27 times 81 is equal to 57 marbles. Question 12. John borrowed 10,000 pesos from the bank at the rate of 13% per year. How much will he owe the bank after a year? A. 12,000 pesos, B. 11,300 pesos, C. 11,000 pesos, D. 11,400 pesos. The answer is B. Interest is equal to 10,000 pesos times 113 times 1 is equal to 1,300 pesos. Adding to the capital of 10,000 pesos, so 10,000 pesos plus 1,300 pesos is equal to 11,300 pesos. We use the simple interest in this method. We have the formula I is equal to PRT, where I is the interest, P is the principal amount borrowed, R is the interest rate in percentage, and T is time duration in years. Question 13. What is the total sales for a 15% rate of commission if Jonah gets 10,500 pesos? A. 70,500 pesos. B. 80,500 pesos. C. 70,000 pesos. Or D. 80,000 pesos. The answer is C. The total sales is equal to 10,500 pesos divided by 15%, that is 70,000 pesos. Question 14. Salesman gets 12% commission for the first 15,000 pesos and 10% for the amount over 15,000 pesos of his total sales. How much does he get for a total sales of 30,000 pesos? A. 3,400 pesos. B. 3,360 pesos. C. 3,340 pesos. Or D. 3,460 pesos. The answer is B. Question 15. How much should a man deposit in a bank at 8% interest if he wants to gain 1,600 pesos in a year? A. 16,000 pesos. B. 15,000 pesos. C. 18,000 pesos. D. 20,000 pesos. The answer is D. Question 16. A car is able to travel 210 kilometers in 3 hours. How far can it travel in 8 hours? A. 600 kilometers. B. 560 kilometers. C. 500 kilometers. Or D. 660 kilometers. The answer is B. We use indirect proportion, where 210 kilometers over 3 hours is equal to x over 8 hours. Cross multiplication, 3 hours times x is equal to 1,680 km per hour. So we have x is equal to 560 kilometers. Question 17. Chris buys 3 apples for 50 pesos. How much does she pay for a dozen of these apples? A. 150 pesos. B. 220 pesos. C. 200 pesos. Or D. 180 pesos. The answer is C. 1 dozen is equivalent to 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 4 times 50 pesos is 200 pesos. Question 18. To finish a certain job in 6 days, 8 workers are needed. If it is required to finish the same job 2 days earlier, how many workers have to work? A. 12. B. 10. C. 6. Or D. 14. The answer is A. We use inverse proportion, where x over 8 is equal to 6 over 4. Cross multiplication for x is equal to 48 and x is equal to 12 workers. Section 19. An amount of 2,100 pesos is to be divided among 3 children, Ali, Ma, and Ngo. Ma will receive double that of Ali, and Ngo will receive double that of Ma. How much will Ngo receive? A. 6,000 pesos. B. 8,000 pesos. C. 1,000 pesos. D. 1,200 pesos. The answer is D. The ratio will be 1:2:4. So Ngo will receive the greatest share. His share will be 4/7 times 2,100 pesos. That is equal to 1,200 pesos. Question 20. Wendell can finish typing 5 pages in 8 minutes. How long will it take him to finish 12 pages? A. 19.2 minutes. B. 19 minutes. C. 18.2 minutes. Or D. 18 minutes. The answer is A. We use direct proportion in this problem. So 5 pages over 8 minutes is equal to 12 pages over x. Cross multiplication, so we have 5x is equal to 96 pages per minute. And we have x is equal to 19.2 minutes. Section 21. Rectangle figure is 6 inches wide and 1 foot long. If the width is to be decreased by 2 inches, by how much the length be increased if the area remains the same? A. 8 inches. B. 2 inches. C. 6 inches. Or D. 4 inches. The answer is C. We use indirect proportion in this problem. So 6 inches over 4 inches is equal to x over 12 inches. Cross multiplication, x is equal to 18 inches. And 18 inches minus 12 inches is equal to 6 inches. Question 22. Which of these numbers does not belong to the group? A. 83. B. 91. C. 71. D. 97. The answer is B. All are prime numbers except 91, which is composite. The divisors of 91 are 1, 91, 13, and 7. The prime number is the one which is exactly 2 factors, which means it can be divided by only 1 in itself. While a composite number has more than 2 factors, which means apart from getting divided by number 1 in itself, it can also be divided by at least one integer or number. Question 23. Jose spent half of his money in Jollibee and half of the remaining at grocery store. If he had 250 left, how much did he have at the start? A. 1,000 pesos. B. 1,200 pesos. C. 1,500 pesos. Or D. 1,600 pesos. The answer is A. 1,000 pesos. Question 24. Juana bought 120 handkerchiefs at 10 pesos each. Then she sold them at 3 handkerchiefs for 50 pesos. If she sold all the handkerchiefs, How much profit did she make? A. 600 pesos, B. 800 pesos, C. 850 pesos, or D. 650 pesos. The answer is B. 800 pesos. Section 25. The price of one seat in a theater is 40 pesos, and an average of 400 persons enter every day. If the price was increased to 50 pesos, how many persons would yield the same amount to the theater? A. 300, B. 340, C. 350, or D. 320. The answer is D. 400 times 40 is equal to 16,000 pesos. So 16,000 divided by 50 is equal to 320 persons. Thank you for listening. Watch out for the next part of this general education mathematics. Don't forget to subscribe.